Hey, Miyagawa, what are you doing this weekend?
What? I have plans this whole weekend and I'm busy. Mitsumiya just asked me to make small talk and I answered without thinking much about it. This pretty girl who just spoke to me, a nerd at school, is Mei Mitsumiya. She looks like a popular girl, but she actually has good grades and takes care of those around her. I often see her friends talking about their problems to her. She's the most popular girl in class, and even though our seats are next to each other, she still talks to a loser like me, and she's a really kind girl.
Interesting. Is that so?
So your whole weekend is busy? Does that mean that, it could be with a girl?
What? I guess I can't say it's not like that.
What?
That's what I said on the spot, but it wasn't like I actually had a girlfriend. I haven't told anyone in school, but I'm actually a major fan of an all-girls band. And tomorrow, Saturday, is their concert, as well as a gathering with the other fans. The rest of the days, I have a shift scheduled to earn money to buy merch. That's why I didn't deny that my weekend had to do with girls, because it was the concert of an all-girls band. Well, to tell the truth, there was a certain girl within the fan group that I was interested in, so I was looking forward to seeing that girl as well.
You traitor, tell us the details, huh?
However, when I look back now, perhaps it could be that this interaction was actually the beginning of this incident. And so, that Saturday... Oh! We're gonna begin the fan party after the concert! Everyone has their glass, right? Well then, cheers! Cheers!
Cheers!
Cheers! Those underage aren't drinking alcohol, are they? There's no idiots trying to make them drink either, are there?
Everything is fine.
Nice to see you, Mr. Hitsuji. This concert was amazing today, wasn't it?
Yes, I thought it was really, really great. Nice to see you too, Mr. Aki.
This girl who laughs like she's nervous all the time is Miss Hitsuji. Although it's not her real name, it's her online name. We're both part of the same fan group, and previously there was a small incident that became the catalyst for us to become friends. She's the same age as me. Her personality is reserved, and her clothing and appearance are simple, and she doesn't really stand out, but I still think that she's really cute. And this girl is the one that I said that I was interested in. As she and I were talking about today's concert and our favorite band members... After this, we're gonna change locations and party until the morning. Who's coming? I'm coming! I have plans tomorrow, so I can't go. How about you, Miss Hitsuji?
I think all night is a little too hard for me.
Which meant that this was my opportunity to leave with her, but actually, there was a reason why it was hard for me to invite her. That's because... Yo, Aki, you hitting on Hitsuji?
Yeah, I thought you had a girlfriend, though.
No, I don't. We were just having a conversation. I was just speaking to her normally. And I do have a girlfriend, and we're going on a date next week, yeah. This was the reason why it was hard for me to ask her out. Previously, in a little bit of vanity, I spit out the lie that I had a girlfriend that I was in love with. I didn't have the courage to correct that, and I've dragged it on up until today. And now, I'm fully regretting that I did something so stupid.
Hello, I'm Hitsuji. My real name is Mei Mitsumiya. That's right, in school, I am Akito's classmate that sits next to him. It was a pure coincidence that we go to the same school and are in the same class, and it makes me feel like it's fate. As for the reason why I'm dressed like this, actually, in high school was when I opened up and became more popular. However, I've been participating in this gathering since before I changed my image. That's why I don't want people to tell me that I changed because of high school. So I use wigs and other things to participate as close to my old appearance as possible. Akito Miyagawa, and I got to know each other in middle school when we became friends on social media as fellow fans of the same group. We finally met in person when we got to high school at a fan gathering, and I was really shocked that Aki was Miyagawa, but he didn't seem to recognize me at all. My appearance was completely different after all, and so I haven't been able to tell him the truth about myself either. Once upon a time, At a previous fan gathering, Miyagawa saved me when I was about to be forced to drink alcohol. Apparently, Miyagawa was also really scared, but even though he was shaking, he still stood up for me. And to this day, I still have a crush on Miyagawa. And so, when he said that he had a girlfriend, I didn't know whether that was true or not, so at school or here, I haven't been able to get closer to him. But in reality, I am a shy loser, so even without that, I'm not sure I would have been able to go for him. At school, even though I've continued to observe him, he never said or acted like that at all. That's why I thought that maybe he was just trying to prove that he's not a virgin, but when he said that he had a date next weekend, and when he said yesterday at school that he had plans all weekend with girls, it was all coming together, so I couldn't just sit by and watch. Even if it were to be an imaginary girlfriend, I didn't want to lose without a fight. Luckily, even if she did exist, it doesn't seem like she's somebody he's been able to see that often. In that case, I'm going to use my advantage of being his classmate and fight.
After the weekend on Monday.
Oh, Miyagawa, good morning.
What? Mitsumiya, morning. In the morning, on my way to school, I turned around to a really bright voice, and Mitsumiya was smiling as she ran over to me. It's rare to see you in the morning like this, you know?
I'm actually really bad at the mornings. Usually I'm running behind.
Oh, I see. In that case, why don't you try waking up to the voice of the person you like?
What? Wait a minute. Miyagawa, are you doing that?
Yeah, it's a lot more effective than being woken up by your parents. I use my favorite girl band songs as my alarm clock, and thanks to that, I'm good with mornings. At lunch...
I was eating lunch that I made by myself on the rooftop when...
Oh, what? You were eating in a place like this? What a coincidence, huh? Mitsumiya? I'm usually eating in the classroom with my friends, but today I wanted to listen to a new song released by the girls' band. Because I'm hiding the fact that I'm such a big fan from everyone at the school, I'm here by myself. Sometimes I just want to eat by myself. What about you?
I also sometimes want to be alone. Wait, Miyagawa, your lunchbox is really pretty.
I tried to recreate the lunchbox that the guitarist of my favorite band had uploaded onto social media. It sounds silly to myself, but I think I did a pretty good job, and with a little bit of confidence, I said, "It's the exact same as the girl that I like's lunchbox."
Is that so? Interesting.
After that, I ate my lunch together with Mitsumiya. I wasn't able to listen to the new song, but this was fun in and of itself, too.
Hello, I am Mei Mitsumiya, and I have just acquired a big hit of damage. I was happy to be able to eat lunch together, but it looks like that the person he likes does indeed exist. Anyway, first I need to know who my enemy is or I can't get started. It would be best if I can find out exactly who they are, but at the very least, I need to research what type of person they are. Starting tomorrow, I'm going to get a little bit closer to him and get it out of him. I'm definitely not going to lose.
The next day...
Oh, Miyagawa, good morning.
What? Oh, Mitsumiya, morning. A little bit before the place we met yesterday, Mitsumiya came running over to me with a smile again. Mitsumiya, do you live near here?
No, I go to school on the bus, but I got an earlier bus today.
Oh, I see.
You walk to school, isn't that right? You're so lucky that your house is close.
That might be true, but even if it's hot or cold or there's a hurricane, I can't take any other form of transportation.
Oh, well, I guess that's another way to look at it.
As we were having this conversation, we went through the gates and we headed toward the classroom. Huh? Wait a minute, how did Mitsumiya know that I lived nearby and I was going to school by walking? At lunch, I was on the same rooftop again like yesterday, but... Yeah, I had a feeling that you might be here today, but what's the matter?
I'm sorry to bother you. Actually, my friends started talking about their relationships, and since I'm single, it was a little awkward for me to be there.
Oh, I see.
Even if they asked for my opinion while they're in love, for somebody as inexperienced like me, all I can do is laugh it off.
I thought it was pretty unexpected that Mitsumiya didn't have a boyfriend, but... Oh, I guess it's the same for boys and girls that handle that kind of thing, huh? It's such a pain.
It is such a pain, isn't it? But, Miyagawa, there's a girl that you like, right? I remember you said that yesterday.
What, me? Oh, that's right. I did say that, didn't I? Now that I think about it, I definitely said the girl that I like a number of times yesterday. But that like was the like of a member of a band that I like, not romantically. But when it comes to romantic like, the person that comes to mind is... yeah, Miss Hitsuji. Well, I guess there is a girl that I like, though.
Is that so? What's she like? What's she like?
She's shy and quiet. She's a little bit on the simpler side, but she's a really kind girl.
Wait a minute. Does that mean he doesn't think highly of my new appearance in high school? If he thinks I was better the way I was before, I'm going to be devastated. But he definitely said a girl that I like, not girlfriend, right? In that case, that must mean that I haven't lost yet.
Mitsumiya, what's the matter?
What? Nothing at all. Why? So, do you see that girl often?
Huh? Recently I haven't been able to see her, but I guess we do talk here and there.
Oh, really? All right, I still have a chance at winning. Good luck to both of us for all kinds of things.
Yeah, that's true. Thanks, Mitsumiya. Good luck, huh? Well, anyways, I need to work hard at my job so I can go to the next fan gathering. 10 days after that interaction, I decided to go online and discuss my situation with the other fan members. Do you think it's a coincidence that I've been having coincidental meetings with someone of the opposite gender for a week straight?
More specifically?
What I continued to write was, of course, about Mitsumiya. I definitely don't hate talking to her, and I do enjoy it, and that's why I'm totally okay with her talking to me. But I can't help but find it strange that every single day there's a coincidence. Not only that, the place where we coincidentally run into each other each morning is getting closer and closer to my house.
Kinda like Mary had a little lamb.
That usually ends up with her standing right behind you, I get it. Well, it's not Mary, it's May, but still. So, are you experiencing any problems in these coincidences? No, there aren't any problems. She's not doing anything I don't like either. In that case, it's either an extreme case of a crush, or it's just a coincidence and you're being too self-conscious. One or the other.
I agree. There's a possibility that they could be teasing you, but the possibility is low.
A crush? Do you think it's possible? I don't know your personal life, Aki, so there's nothing I can say. But in the end, I think that you won't get to the bottom of it unless you ask her directly.
That's true. At the very least, it doesn't seem like you're in danger, so I guess the rest is up to you, and what you want, Aki.
Well, I think that's out of the question, but... let's just say, even if Mitsumiya liked me, she's cute, and she has a good personality, and we get along. If I'm being honest, if I didn't already have a crush on Miss Hitsuji, there's a high possibility that I would have fallen for May. Wait, that reminds me. Sorry, I'm gonna change the topic here, but have you guys seen Miss Hitsuji recently? What? If you're talking about Hitsuji, she was here just a few minutes ago.
But now that I think about it, she may have left before you got here. Last time she said that she needed to do something in the morning, so she was gonna go to sleep early.
That's disappointing. I wanted to talk to Miss Hitsuji for the first time in a while. Even still, I guess they're right that I won't get to the bottom of it unless I ask her directly. I knew that already, but if I could get to the bottom of it so easily, then I wouldn't be this troubled by it. So that's what I was thinking, and perhaps I hadn't slept enough. So the next day, during recess...
That hurt!
Oh, sorry,
Whoa, this is your screensaver? So you're actually an idol-obsessed nerd.
That's none of your business, is it? Give it back!
Huh? You were always heading in the corner, loser. I'm giving you attention, so you're welcome. Check this out. Miyagawa is actually an idol-obsessed nerd.
Wow, that's so gross.
I heard that people saw Mitsumiya getting irritated when she was with Miyagawa.
I feel bad for her. Someone help her.
What are you doing?
Oh, Mitsumiya, perfect timing. Check this out. Miyagawa's an idol-obsessed nerd.
And what about that? I also like that band too, so...
Huh? Well, don't you find it gross that any guy's chasing after an idol group?
If he's not causing any trouble to anybody else, then no. More than that, I find people who have fun making fun of others way more gross.
What? But, I mean, everyone else agrees, and, What the hell?
You don't have anyone on your side. Now, if you understand, apologize to Miyagawa.
It's fine. I don't need an apology or anything, but Mitsumiya, you're amazing. Wait, huh? Mitsumiya's shaking. Is she scared? And yet she still stood up for me.
Shut up! Why are you defending Miyagawa when he's just a loser? Do you like him that much?
That's not important right now. At the very least, I think you're the worst for making fun of people and their interests.
Whatever, shut your mouth.
This is bad. Wait, stop it!
Shut up!
Miyagawa?
This was between me and you, and then you're the one who roped her into this, so don't get so mad at her.
Hey kids, what are you doing?
So, that's what happened at school. I thought you should know.
That girl and you, Aki, you're both really impressive, you know.
So, what happened after that?
After that, the three people involved were questioned by the teachers. Because there were a lot of witnesses, Mitsumiya and I were in the clear. As for the other guy, his parents were called to the school, and his parents were deeply apologizing to Mitsumiya, and I. The whole time, the guy was just standing there completely pale, so I'm sure he got quite the beating at home. But regardless of that, Mitsumiya was really cool that day. Even though she was so scared that she was shaking, she still stood her ground and spoke up for me. And that was probably more courageous than somebody who wasn't scared. It was way more cool, too. People who can stand up, even when they're shaking, are really impressive.
Well, that's true, although I've seen a similar thing.
And I'm sure that person didn't have any realization they did that either.
Interesting. Did something similar happen recently to you? Huh? Why'd you guys stop commenting?
Good evening. What were you guys talking about?
Miss Hitsuji, it's been a while. I was just talking about something that happened at school.
We were just talking about how Aki has fallen for some really cool girl at his school.
Yep, he's just about one step away from being deeply in love.
What are you both saying? That's not what it is, Miss Hitsuji.
Aki, does that mean that you like cool girls?
Well, no, we were just talking generally about this one cool girl, that's all.
I see. I understand.
What's going on? I just feel like I did a really bad thing.
He likes cool girls, which means... Well, that's different from the girl he was talking about the other day. Which must mean that it must not be going well with his simple girlfriend. So then, well, I feel bad for her, but does that mean I still have a chance? If he's talking about cool girls, then that's much more similar to my direction right now. I think this might be my chance to get close to him at once. I'm gonna try even harder starting tomorrow. But even still, Miyagawa was really cool today. But that makes me think, maybe he was talking about what happened at school with me today? I knew I should have read through the whole log. But there's nothing I can do about it now, so I decided to give up and go to sleep.
A few days after that, I went straight home from school without stopping anywhere, and I immediately opened up my laptop. After that incident, because I no longer had to hide my obsession with the girl band, I was able to talk openly about that. And because of that, I was able to gain some new fan friends, but there was something that was still bothering me. Sorry, but there's something I want to discuss about what happened before.
What's the matter?
What happened before? Are you talking about this incident with your Mary? The incidents with my Mary. Well, yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Here, I'd like to discuss briefly the locations first. I walk to school every day, and the way there is a bus stop. Mitsumiya gets off at this bus stop to go to school. However, remember how I said we've been coincidentally running into each other closer and closer to my house? Well, the other day she finally went past the bus stop.
Whoa, there's definitely no coincidences there anymore.
And what about that situation? What does she say? Is she bold about it, or does she still pretend like it's a coincidence? According to her, she says she needed something from someone she knows first thing in the morning nearby. I wonder who that person could be.
90% sure that's probably about you, Aki, isn't it? It's not a lie then, is it?
I guess that is the natural interpretation. Not only that, but recently, based on the words she uses, it feels like she knows about the conversations that we have here.
That's so scary. This is definitely the case of a real stalker.
I think that you should assume that she already knows a lot of personal information about you. I really do love her as a friend, and I don't think that there's any physical danger here, but I'm getting pretty scared, so I wanted to stop acting like a stalker in the nicest way possible.
In that case, it would be dangerous to meet her one-on-one, so maybe you should have a friend go there with you and… oh.
Good evening. What were you guys talking about? Aki, are you being followed by a stalker? I'm going to do something about it. Please wait a minute.
Just as I thought Miss Hitsuji had entered the chat, without anybody having the chance to reply, she sent out 3 rapid messages. What was that, Miss Hitsuji?
Who knows? Maybe she knows a way to get back at the stalkers or something?
Yeah, Hitsuji looks like she might be the type to have experience with this, so she might know what to do. Anyways, Miss Hitsuji told me to wait, so I was waiting when… What? A phone call? From an unknown number? Who could it be? Yes? Hello? Who is this?
Oh, Miyagawa? It's me.
Wait a minute, Mitsumiya? How do you know my phone number?
More importantly than that, I'm outside of your house right now.
Why does this really feel like Mary's lamb that followed her? I realized that I was starting to sweat an uneasy sweat, and when I peeked outside from the crack in the curtain, there she was, Mitsumiya. And not only that, but the thing in her hand, Is that a taser? Okay, I think I'm gonna come outside right now, but please don't act too quickly.
Okay, sure, I'm waiting.
Right outside the front door was Mitsumiya with a taser in her hand. The problem was, what was she here to do? However, yeah, let me just try to trust Mitsumiya. There should be no way that she would try to harm me. That's what I believed, and when I opened the front door…
Oh, Miyagawa, is it true that you have a stalker? Everything is going to be fine now.
Excuse me?
What? You said you have a stalker, right? And I wanted to do something about it. That's why I'm here.
I think I had an idea of what was going on. Mitsumiya really didn't have any bad intentions and didn't even realize that she was the stalker. Mitsumiya, about the stalker,
Yeah, who are they? Where are they?
I was talking about you, right in front of me.
Excuse me?
Yeah, it seems like you don't have any realization, but can't you take a moment to think back about your actions recently? It didn't seem like it was lining up in her head, so I decided to explain a bit. 10 minutes later… So that's why I was starting to think that, it was a bit stalker-like.
What?
What? Mitsumiya?
That's not it at all. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry.
What? Wait, Mitsumiya!
I just love you so much, and I wanted you to like me back. That's all it was.
Wait, what? Anyways, we shouldn't do this outside, so come on, hurry up and come inside.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I understand, and I'm not mad anymore, okay? Judging by this, she was just a little bit clumsy, and whether I liked it or not, I could tell that she really did genuinely like me. However, because of that, I needed to be very straightforward with her. Mitsumiya, I'm really happy to hear that you like me, but I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know already. You have a girlfriend, right?
What? No, I don't have a girlfriend, but there is a girl that I like already.
I thought so. Must be nice to be her. What's she like?
It's just a one-sided crush. She's part of the group of fans for the band, and one time I saved her at one of the gatherings.
What? Is she a pretty simple girl? Does she have messy black hair, and does she wear glasses?
What? Yeah. Wait a minute, do you know Miss Hitsuji too?
It's not that I know her. It's that I am her.
Huh? Wait, what? Mitsumiya pulled out glasses and a wig from a paper bag, and no matter how you looked at it, she was the real Miss Hitsuji. What? How? Miss Hitsuji is you and you are Miss Hitsuji?
But because I changed my image in high school, and I couldn't say it, I didn't want to be laughed at.
I don't understand this at all.
I don't either.
Anyways, let's calm down first.
Yeah, that's true.
And so, as I started to calm down a bit, I finally started to see the situation. If Mitsumiya was Miss Hitsuji, then there are a few things that begin to fall into place. First of all, I just wanted to check, but does that mean that you are Miss Hitsuji?
Yes, and I'm going to confirm as well. But when Aki said that he has a girlfriend and that was a lie, and it means that you like me, is that right?
Yes, that's right. In some ways, it was almost like both of us exploded our feelings to each other at the same time, and it was extremely awkward. However, because of that, I was able to think logically, and my feelings became more and more clear. I had a crush on Miss Hitsuji, but I also really liked Mitsumiya as a person. However, if those two were the same person, then it would be hard for me to understand this immediately. Miss Mei Mitsumiya?
Yes?
I'm still a little bit confused, and I think it's gonna take me some time to get used to this, but I like Miss Hitsuji, and I like you, Mitsumiya, so...
I'm really happy to hear how you feel.
And that's why I'd like for us to start our relationship as friends first.
Yes, I'd be happy to.
Mitsumiya answered with the biggest smile on her face. This was really exhausting, but when I saw that smile, I was able to believe that this was the best outcome. And then, about Mary's little lamb that came into the story a couple of times, in the end, just like the lamb follows Mary to school and everything after ends up well, we were happy. At the time, I never could have imagined this in my wildest dreams. But 10 years later, it became normal for her to be following me everywhere that I went.
At our company, there's a super beautiful receptionist. Hey! You want to go out for dinner tonight? Yeah, come on, at least once.
No thanks.
Miss Mina Ikuto. In her second year at this company, she's the woman that's regarded as the most beautiful woman in the company, according to all of the male employees. And it's true. She definitely has an appearance that 100 out of 100 people would call beautiful. However,
I'm not interested in any of you, so...
she was also famous as the coldest woman in the company. She's sinking them all again. My name's Haruma Isagi, and I was watching this scene from afar. I mean, I would consider it if I thought I had a chance. But I definitely don't think I would ever have a chance against someone that cold. When she first entered the company, she wasn't like that though. And yet, now, this was her. Well, it was none of my business anyway. Even though the Ice Queen and I entered the company at the same time, we were in different departments, and we've only spoken a number of times. And that was probably at the company party or 1 or 2 happy hours maybe. and that's why there was no way I could cut in either. Well then, time to go out for my meetings today. I did a little stretch, and I walked out of the entrance of the building. Man, today's meetings were exhausting. They were. As he said that, my senior colleague stretched. External meetings were always hectic. That's because we put everything on the line for a client that we don't even know if we'll get. And well, thanks to that, the drinks keep flowing. When I get home today, I think I'll drink a beer that I bought by the box. By the way, I'm actually getting married soon. Are you serious? I couldn't hide my shock at the words that suddenly came out of his mouth. I knew that my senior had a girlfriend, but I wasn't expecting marriage. Congratulations! Oh, thank you! About that, I have a small favor to ask you, Haruma. Well, what could that favor be? Wait a minute. Don't tell me it's a speech at the wedding. That would be a little bit of a problem. Even if I am your cutest junior colleague, a speech is too embarrassing. I wanted you to go get a marriage certificate from the city office. Yikes! My misunderstanding was embarrassing! Why should I have to go get the marriage certificate? I'm pretty sure things like this shouldn't be left in the hands of others. Well, both she and I can't go to the city office on the weekdays because of work, but you have tomorrow off, don't you? And you said you didn't have any plans. That was true. I was told that I haven't taken any of my leave, so I was told to take tomorrow off, but still... Seriously? Please? I want to hurry up and submit the certificate. It makes me nervous. Well, fine then. Seriously? I guess I have no choice. All that being said, this senior colleague had been good to me ever since I entered the company. It's a celebratory thing, and I'm bored anyway, so I guess I can go to just get the paperwork for him. That's super helpful! Let me treat you to drinks! It's not like I did it so that he would buy me drinks, but that night, we went out for a few drinks. So on my day off, I went to the city to get a marriage certificate, even though I wasn't getting married. The next day, here, give this to the receptionist downstairs. My senior colleague and I were scheduled for different external meetings, and I wasn't able to see him when my boss gave me a piece of paper. What's this? This is the certificate for the client that's coming. We need the receptionist to be aware of what's going on. I see. It's an important document then. That reminds me, isn't somebody pretty high up coming next time? Normally in sales, we're the ones to go to the client, so it was rare. And that's why he probably wants to be fully prepared in advance. But that means I have to go see the receptionist. All of the receptionists in the company were cute, so it made me nervous. I wonder if my life would have been more easy if I had the same spirit as everybody else, to just go after them. Sheesh, as usual, she's way too cold today. She didn't even try to look in my direction. I mean, there's no denying that she's beautiful, but... As I was heading towards the reception, I passed by some colleagues who were complaining as they were on their way back in. It looks like he must have tried to approach her again today, and failed. Even though he's pretty popular in the company too. That's what I was thinking as I continued towards the reception desk. Sadly, the only person that was there was the beautiful, cold Ikuto.
Can I help you with something?
Whoa there, that was very cold for a receptionist. Oh, it's not like I'm talking to you because I wanted to hit on you.
Is that so?
Well, since everybody just now was trying to do that, I can understand why she would doubt me, but I was only there to hand her paperwork anyway. I came here to give you some paperwork that's apparently important.
Really?
Why are you so cautious?
No, it's not that I'm being curious, it's just...
I didn't really understand, but I should just hurry up and hand her the paperwork and get it over with. Here, this is what I wanted to give you. Shoot! I made a mistake! Sorry, it wasn't this one. It's this one.
I see.
Wait, what does she mean, I see? More importantly, I can't believe I just pulled out the marriage certificate I was supposed to give to my senior colleague! I'm sad at my own stupidity! Anyway, I need to hurry up and switch the papers! Sorry, can I get that back?
I understand.
Wait, hey! Why did you write your name there?
I'm sorry, I don't have my seal to sign it right now.
That's not what I'm saying! What happened when I looked away? Huh? Since when was my name also on the paper?
That reminds me, I hadn't exchanged contact information with you, Mr. Asagi.
Okay. Well, yeah, that's because Ikuto herself hadn't exchanged with anybody, including myself.
Let's hurry up and exchange numbers.
Okay. I didn't really understand, but for some reason, she was asking me for my number. The marriage certificate. Thank goodness I got in two, just in case. Wait, this is not okay!
Whoa, you scared me.
At this point, I didn't care about my senior colleague's marriage certificate. The problem was the other marriage certificate that was about to become official with just a seal.
Haruma, did you get the marriage certificate for me?
At that moment, I finally realized that my senior colleague was right beside me. Yes, sir, of course.
Oh, I knew I could count on you, Isagi. Thanks.
There's one certificate that's empty, and there's one that has my name and Ikuto's name written on it already. Which would you like?
Wait. Where did that second option just come from?
I didn't really understand either. Anyway, I went back to the office, and I told him everything that happened that morning. And then he refused to believe anything I said.
Your imagination really is amazing.
I'm not lying though, and there's no way that I would sign a marriage certificate, even as a joke.
Well, that's a good point.
Why was he not understanding well without that explanation?
In that case, that's interesting. I never could have imagined that that beautiful ice queen would be interested in marrying you.
So do you think that that's what this means?
Well, if it wasn't what this means, then she probably wouldn't have signed that marriage certificate.
I guess that is true. To be honest, I'd only thought of her as a fellow colleague. I couldn't find any reason why she would like me. As we were talking about that, I got a message on my cell phone.
Hello, it's me. I know this is sudden, but will you please tell me your address?
It was from none other than the Ice Queen herself. Not only that, but she was asking for my address.
What's the matter?
I guess I can send my address for now. Maybe she just needs it for something related to work. So what have I got to lose?
Good evening, Mr. Asagi.
Huh? That was all I thought of it until that night. For some reason, at my door, Ikuto was standing there. Why are you at my house?
I didn't have it with me this morning, so this time I brought my seal with me.
Oh. But wait, are you being serious about that?
Isn't that why you handed me a marriage certificate in the first place?
Anybody should be able to see that that was just a mistake.
Anyway, it's a little bit cold outside, so can you please let me in so we can talk?
Sure. It felt very unnatural to be having this conversation, but I didn't want to speak in the hallway and get complaints from the neighbors either. So for now, I decided to let Ikuto into my place.
So, this is your house, Mr. Asagi.
When she came inside, she looked around like she was inspecting the place. Even though I had this beautiful girl in my apartment, I was sad that there wasn't an inkling of a good time in sight.
It's a lot bigger than I expected.
Well, I did prioritize a big place when I was looking. Although for that reason, the rent was pretty high. That being said, I do want a slightly bigger room though. Being able to stretch out in a place was relaxing. I could also put all kinds of things around and relax at home.
Well, then let's look for a bigger room for our new apartment together.
What?
I also prefer a spacious room, so
What?
what about this apartment here? That's a good one. What do you think, Mr. Asagi?
What? Excuse me. Can I leave this one over here?
I will, yes, that goes right there. You're just staring there out into space. Is something wrong?
What? No, wait. Everything is happening way too fast. Before I knew it, it had passed. I finally came back to Earth, and my voice echoed throughout the new house.
What? You're saying this now, Mr. Asagi?
You're right. It's a little bit late. I'm sorry. Because we're already living together, aren't we?
I understand what you're trying to say, Mr. Asagi.
That's right. Well, yeah. Not only had we already sealed the marriage certificate, we had already started living together. Everything was happening so fast that I wanted to say so many things, but surely Ikuto would understand.
We are getting married, so we should call each other by our first names.
Or not. No, that's not what I'm saying. Why are we already moving together?
Because that way we said we would be able to rent a nice place and that rent would become cheaper, right?
That reminds me. I do feel like we had a conversation like that. Well, then what about the marriage?
I was being approached by a lot of guys, so I thought that you were the same kind, Haruma.
That's an assumption. I never once hit on you, ma'am.
Does that mean that you don't want to?
To be honest, for someone like me who has never had a girlfriend before, being able to marry somebody this beautiful wasn't even possible in my wildest dreams. No, I'm not against marriage.
Well, then fine. I am inexperienced, but I look forward to it.
Did she just route it out at that? That being said, we did need to have more serious conversations about it. We weren't even dating, and suddenly marriage? There were a lot of problems about that. So I asked her to wait to turn in the marriage certificate to the city office for now. It's so fast. It's all happening so fast that I can't keep up. Well, I mean, I am happy about it. It's even hard for the main character of rom-coms to marry somebody that's this beautiful. But why would Ikuto want to marry someone like me? I don't get it. She hasn't shown any of her intentions, so I don't get it at all.
Haruma? Don't just lay around. Can you get the plates out, please? Is there a problem?
No. She's calling me by my first name in an apron. This definitely feels like newlyweds. But wait, I didn't know you made dinner.
Yes, apparently there's a general assumption that the wife should be preparing the meals, so...
Apparently?
What am I supposed to do? I've never been married before, so...
Well, yeah. Most people wouldn't get married multiple times. But if we're going to be living together, then I guess it would be necessary to separate our duties. If Ikuto was going to cook the meals, then I should at least help with setting up the table. All right, well then, let me get the plates.
This interaction really feels like we're newlyweds.
Stop it. Even though I thought the same thing. Hey, I know this might be coming too late, but
You have a lot of things to say too late today.
this place, it's a one-bedroom, isn't it? I was wondering what we're going to do when we sleep.
Why are you asking such an obvious thing? The only option is that we're going to sleep together.
Whoa! Like I said, things are moving way too fast. Don't you think this is definitely not right? Already sleeping together? I totally thought that I would be sleeping in the living room, and I thought that's why we bought a sofa bed.
I think it's more strange and not right for two people who signed a marriage certificate together not to sleep together.
According to society, that's true.
Or, wait a minute. Are you asking for the step, Beyond this?
Ah! Hearing those words out of Ikuto's mouth, I couldn't help but feel my face flush red. It was true that there was only one thing that an adult male and female would do in the same bed. Well, two things actually. But on top of that, the female in this case was the most beautiful woman in the company, which meant that my actions for the next step were already obvious and decided, but for tonight, let's not.
Oh, is that so? That's true. I'm pretty tired today as well, so if you want it from me, then it would be difficult.
So it would just be difficult.
Well, we are a married couple, so...
Huh? But we haven't submitted the marriage certificate yet. But to her, apparently it's already official. And then I felt the feeling of regret come over me, that I just wasted an opportunity. The next day, for some reason, there was a big commotion around the office. Hey sir, things are a lot more hectic than usual today. Even at the entrance, there were a lot more male employees gathered around than usual. I wonder if something happened. Have you seriously not noticed yet? Notice what? This morning, apparently 2 certain employees submitted an official address change to HR. Interesting. Now that I think about it, I made sure to submit my address changes this morning because I would change my commute to work. And then those 2 certain employees had the same address. Interesting. I guess coincidences do happen. Wait a minute. I'm talking about you, Isaki! I'm very sorry. To be honest, midway through I had a feeling. Right when he mentioned the address change, I did start to have a slightly bad feeling. Why is all of this happening so suddenly? You! How did you get that Ice Queen to be yours? Get her, huh? I'd love to know the answer to that too. What was that? No, nothing, sir. Seriously, why did Ikuto think that she would want to marry a guy like me? I didn't get it.
Welcome home.
Hey, when I got home, Ikuto was already there. Not only that, but she was welcoming me home in an apron. Whatever it was, I could feel a tickle in my chest coming home like this. I didn't know that you were home already.
Receptionists have a lot less work than the sales department. So we need the main breadwinner of this household to work very hard.
I work hard to live my life every single day. I can tell by looking at you at work.
Is that so?
I was just trying to make a little joke, but she kindly took it seriously. Where did the Ice Queen go? I thought that she was just going to say, "We don't have enough money, you loser," and brush me off. Hey, I've been wanting to ask you this whole time, but
What is it?
why did you think about marrying me? Even if I handed her the paper as a mistake, there should be no reason for her to write her own name on it, which meant that the reason we ended up in this current situation had to have been based on Ikuto's intentions.
Because I had a crush on you.
What?
Because I like you.
Excuse me?
Do you remember what happened when we first entered the company?
Yeah, I guess I do. When we first entered the company, she wasn't that cold, was she? Thanks to that, she held the interest of countless male employees. Well, there's no denying that she still is really popular.
At that time, it was really hard for me because, well, I wasn't very comfortable with men.
Oh yeah, I remember you saying that.
Judging by your reaction, looks like you don't remember.
Whoa. There are those cold eyes, pointed at me. I was trying to be careful not to provoke those.
Whatever, it's fine. I already knew that you didn't remember anyway.
Even if she said that, my memory wasn't great. My mind was swimming. You can just be cold to them and brush them off.
What?
If you're going to be nice to people that you're not even interested in, and have them misunderstand your intentions and upset you,
then you should just be cold to them. If you're just beating yourself up by their interest in you, then there's no point. The most important thing isn't others, it's yourself. Oh, I remember I said that. From what I remember, when she was exhausted from being chased by too many guys, that's what I said. At that time, I only said it because I didn't want her to quit, but...
Thanks to your words, Haruma, I was able to become a lot more comfortable. And thanks to that, I am able to maintain my mental health now.
Although, there are definitely more upset employees thanks to that too.
And plus, you didn't try to chase after me like the others.
Because I thought you were an unattainable flower. I didn't think that someone with zero relationship experience like me could ever date. And that's why, when my senior colleague told me that he was getting married, it was a complicated feeling for me.
So, how does it feel, now that you have that unattainable flower?
Hey, wait!
If I didn't like you, then I wouldn't have signed the marriage certificate that you handed me as a mistake.
When you put it like that, that's true. That being said, I didn't think that there was anything she would like about me.
More than anything, even without that, I was starting to think about asking you out with marriage in the future.
What? Really? If Haruma in the past had heard this, he would be jumping up and down with both arms in the air.
And yet, you never came to see me at my desk, not once.
Well, it wasn't exactly an approachable situation.
I didn't have your phone number, and we were in different departments. Do you know how hard that is?
Why is it that I was starting to feel a little bit bad?
Haruma, do you hate this? Being married to me?
Hate is a strong word. If I did, I wouldn't be living with you right now.
Is that so?
If I did, honestly, things wouldn't have progressed to this. To be able to marry the most beautiful woman in the company, this dream will probably never come to me again, in the past or present. Time kept flying, and then another week went by.
So, what's the word on the meeting today?
To be honest, I have a really good feeling about it.
That's why you're the best. Wait,
Hey, is it true that you changed your last name? Wait, don't tell me that your new name is...
Well, it did change, but what does that have to do with any of you?
So, how is it? How do you feel about this scene?
How do I feel? Well, how do I say this? I can't exactly say that I feel like I've won when I see all the same male employees.
Haruma!
Hey, wait! Nina! From the reception desk, she came running to me. And to that, I couldn't help but be surprised.
Why not? We don't get to see each other much because of your schedule. Oh, by the way,
Grabbing onto my arm, Mina looked up at me with a slightly devilish smile.
let's go home together today, honey.
The most beautiful woman in the company. The Ice Queen. I never could have imagined that making a mistake and handing her the wrong piece of paper would turn out like this. Not even in my wildest dreams. But I'm happy. And there was no mistake about that.
Welcome. Oh,
Hello, Yukari. I didn't know that you had a shift again today.
yeah.
My name is Ryosuke Shibata. I'm a junior in high school. I'm a nerd that has a deep love for Japanese movies. Her name is Yukari Seki, and she's in the same class as me in school. But
Ryosuke. Ryosuke? Isn't this...
oh yeah, I know, it's rated R. But it's fine for me to rent it, right?
Yes, it is, but that's not what I meant.
She was famous in high school for being cold and unfriendly, but suddenly, her face was bright red and she was flustered.
Because this is that type of movie, isn't it?
Well, the theme is more about social issues, but I guess there are a few scenes that are that type.
So there are some of those types of scenes.
What is she so flustered about? Oh, I get it. So you must be interested in those types of scenes.
Obviously, there's no way.
With her face still bright red, she yelled at me, but it looked like Yukari was in fact interested in those types of scenes. When I finished up at the register and tried to go home, she stopped me, and well, for the record, I first met Yukari around April of this year.
I'm Yukari Seke. Nice to meet you.
When we became juniors and started the new semester, Yukari transferred into our school in my class. I feel like she would be really cute if she smiled. She was beautiful, but she always had a sharp expression, and in the beginning, I thought that she was just nervous. But Yukari was always by herself in the class. Maybe because she always looked expressionless, but she had turned into a lonely high school student.
Yukari is such a buzzkill. I wonder if it's because she transferred here from the big city? I totally get it. She is so hard to talk to.
Looks like she's not really able to mesh with the others. All right. Hey, Yukari. Do you have a minute?
What?
I'm Ryosuke Shibata. Hey, are you interested in movies at all?
Movies?
Actually, I'm part of the film research club at school. And if you haven't decided on any school clubs yet, why don't you join ours?
No thanks. Plus, I have a part-time job after school.
Interesting. What kind of job? Like at a cafe?
Can I say something?
What?
Has anybody ever told you that you don't know how to read the room, Ryosuke?
Yeah, all the time. How did you know?
That's what I thought. I'm really not good at talking to people, so please don't talk to me.
Oh, wait a minute. Are you like me and you're not very good at communication?
Exactly. So don't ever talk to me again.
And just like that, in the beginning, things weren't going too well. But then, one day, on the weekend, I happened to run into Yukari at the movie theater I often go to. Yukari?
Shoot. Ryosuke.
Are you about to watch this movie too? I love this director and...
Can you please not talk to me like we're friends? So why am I stuck sitting next to you?
I guess coincidences do happen.
Ugh.
Oh, it's about to start! I can't wait! We ended up watching the same movie, and when it was over, we also ended up leaving the theater together. I mean, wow, and that scene, the camera work was so amazing!
Why am I stuck here in a cafe with this person?
And then, when the heroine Kanon came out, the place where they filmed the scene with the van, and not only that, but he's only rambling about how he felt about the movie. Yukari, which scene did you like?
Ryosuke.
What is it?
I hate to interrupt while you're getting excited by yourself, but why are you still trying to talk to me?
Well, that's because I fell in love at first sight.
What?
Oh, not in like a romantic way or anything. I was just thinking that if you were on film, you probably look great. And that's why I invited you to the film research club at school.
Oh, that's all... Huh. I understand that you don't have ulterior motives, but... Sorry, I'm not going to join the film club. I have my part-time job and I'm busy.
I see. Well, if that's the case, I can't insist on inviting you, can I?
That's the case, so invite someone else.
Okay, understood. Well then, why don't you and I become friends?
What?
You know, we're both not good at communication, so I thought maybe we might be able to get along.
Don't put me in the same boat as you.
And so, Yukari yelled at me again. Well, Yukari, see you tomorrow.
See you.
In the end, she refused to become my friend, but for me, I was happy that I was able to talk to her. If she likes the same movies as me, she's probably not a bad girl. But even still, I wonder why she's so stubborn. After that, whenever I got the chance, I would go over to talk to her. Yukari, where do you work part-time?
At the DVD rental shop in town?
Oh, I think I know that place. Maybe I'll try going there sometime.
Whatever you want.
Do you have any recommendations for movies, Yukari?
Over there. They have old French movies, but
Interesting. I only watch Japanese movies. So will you introduce some of your recommendations to me?
sure.
So as we continue to have more conversations... What's the matter, Yukari?
This is something really difficult for me to say, but what you said to me the other day, that thing about becoming friends,
Oh yeah.
about that. Recently, I was thinking maybe it wouldn't be so bad.
What? Wait, so does that mean...
Yeah. Would it be okay if I became your friend, Ryosuke?
Oh, of course! Let's be friends. I was wondering if this was what it's like to make friends, but I was able to become friends with Yukari. As a result of not giving up and talking to her, she must have given in for my sake. However, that didn't mean all of the problems were solved.
Hey, Yukari, do you want to become a pair with me? Sorry, I'm gonna pair up with Ryosuke. Oh, is that so? I see.
Even though that was a really great chance to become friends with someone other than me. Sorry, Yukari. I'm gonna pair up with somebody else today.
What?
So good luck pairing up with that girl. Even though she became friends with me, she still wasn't able to open up to the rest of the class. And I thought that that was kind of sad.
Ryosuke?
What's the matter? Why the sad face?
Yeah, did I do something to make you hate me?
What? No, there's nothing like that. But where's this coming from?
Because I wanted to pair up with you today in class, but then...
Oh, that was just because I thought it might be nice if you could get along with someone else in the class.
What? Does that mean you did it for me?
If you can get along with more people, then your life at school would become more fun, wouldn't it?
But I don't care.
See, you always say that you don't care. But I want to be able to see all kinds of expressions that you make, Yukari.
What does that mean?
For example, I'd want to see you talking to your friends and laughing. If you could get along with people other than me and have fun, I thought that maybe you might naturally become that way.
Ryosuke, you really are a weird person.
Oh, I get that a lot.
No, but I don't mean it in a bad way. I think it's a really nice quality of yours.
It does make me blush when you say it like that.
To be honest, I know that I'm really bad at communication and I suck at interacting with people.
What's the matter all of a sudden?
I just thought that maybe you should know that about me, Ryosuke.
From there, Yukari started to tell me all about her life before she transferred to our school. Apparently, she'd been roped into a problem at her last school. There was a guy that really liked Yukari, and that guy was like the leader of the class. Apparently, he asked her out a number of times, but she politely kept declining. The problem was, there was a girl in the popular group that apparently had a crush on that guy, and there started to be bad rumors about Yukari going around. I see. That's why she was suspicious of me in the beginning. Was that the reason why you had to transfer schools?
Yeah, I tried to talk to the teachers at school about it, but they said that it happens all the time in high school and didn't take me seriously.
That's awful.
I spoke to my parents about it, and they helped me transfer schools. And that's why, to this day, I get a little bit scared to get involved with people.
I'm sorry. I didn't know that was your situation, and yet
Don't worry, you didn't do anything wrong. If anything, you're always really nice to me, so it helps me feel comfortable.
In that case, that's good. Oh, but I don't have even 1 micron of interest in you romantically, so don't worry.
That is also complicated in another way.
It's just that I wanted to record you on a camera. That's all.
So you still haven't given up on that, I see. You really are funny, aren't you, Ryosuke?
At that moment, for the first time ever, I saw Yukari smile. It was kind and cute and beautiful. Before I realized, my heart was pounding. No. Pull it together, Ryosuke! That was how our friendship was going. But then one day, when I went to the DVD shop that she was working at as usual, oh, this one. It's the one I wanted to see before. The packaging is a little bit excessive to make people more interested, but I've heard the plot line is actually really good. I'm going to the shop anyway. Maybe I'll rent it today. And then, when I brought that to the cash register...
Ryosuke, you're going to rent this?
Yeah, I am. But that's not a problem, is it?
Of course not. You are a boy after all. Of course you're interested in these things.
Yukari? Can I pay?
I'm going to finish my shift in 10 minutes.
What? Oh, is that so?
So, after this, is it okay if I come to your house?
Oh, is that all? Then
Wait, what?
I didn't understand what was going on, but suddenly, Yukari said that she wanted to come to my house. Wait a minute. Why does Yukari want to come to my house?
Ryosuke, what type of girls do you like?
Where is this coming from? Well, I don't really have any particular type, but
How about girls like the one that was on the DVD cover?
why are you so fixated on that? As we were talking about that, we finally ended up at my house.
So this is your house?
You can sit down and relax on the sofa. I'll go get something to drink ready.
Sure. What about your parents?
Oh, this is a single father household, and my dad is currently on an overseas business trip, so he's not here. So I guess I'm living alone as I please?
So that means that it's just me and Ryosuke alone.
Did you say something?
Nothing. I didn't say anything. I got carried away and actually came here now, but what do I do? I didn't think that I was going to end up alone with Ryosuke. But also, why did I even come here in the first place? Ugh, I don't understand myself at all.
Well then, I'm gonna press play.
Wait, I'm still not mentally ready. Deep breath.
Yukari, I didn't know you were the type of person to mentally prepare yourself before watching a movie.
All right, I'm fine now. I'm fine with any type of scene, no matter how shocking it is.
This is actually a pretty normal romantic film, though. 2 hours later.
Ugh, I can't stop crying.
I didn't know you could cry too, Yukari.
Because that last scene, it was unfair.
Well, as long as you liked it, I'm glad. After we finished the movie, I walked her back to the train station. By the way, why did you suddenly say that you wanted to come to my house today?
Well, that was because, I don't know, it just came to mind.
Oh, really? Well, it was nice to watch a good movie together. I had fun.
Yeah, me too. Ryosuke, would it be okay if I come over again sometime?
Oh, sure. I don't mind that at all, but,
Thanks. Well then, I'm gonna go now.
Sure. See you tomorrow. She seemed flustered as she disappeared, and I found it kind of cute. Hey, Ryosuke, are you listening? What? About what?
What do you mean about what? We're saying that we need to start making movies for the Culture Festival. Otherwise, we're gonna be in trouble.
Sure. Right, that's true. I was definitely just mindlessly daydreaming about Yukari. We're going to go with a self-produced short film like last year, right? Yeah, but this time, I was thinking we could change our strategy and go with a film, with only one character in it.
I see. So you mean, kind of like a movie in second person?
Yeah, like that.
That sounds interesting. Let's do it! Let's do it!
Ryosuke, what's the matter? Is something on your mind?
Oh yeah, we need to make a short film for the upcoming Culture Festival at school. I explained the Film Research Club presentation that we were going to do at the Culture Festival. And then, as we were talking, I had a certain idea. I'm asking knowing that the chances are unlikely, but Yukari, will you be the lead actress?
What? Me?
Please? I really think that we'd be able to get some great shots if it was you, Yukari.
But I don't have any acting experience.
That's not an issue. All you have to do is remember your lines and do as I say.
All right, if you're sure you're okay with me.
What? Are you seriously going to do it? Yes!
but I have just one condition.
Condition? What?
You see, actually, we can talk about this when we're done filming.
What? Doesn't the condition usually come first?
It's fine, but when we finish filming, then promise me you'll listen to my request?
Sure. And so, I was able to get Yukari's help, and we began filming our short film. However, Yukari, I think your expression is a little stiff.
Oh, sure. Sorry.
No, you don't need to apologize. You must be nervous, right?
Yeah, I'm not used to things like this.
Don't worry. You can just be yourself. Be natural. I couldn't say that the filming was going smoothly, but it was going along. We didn't have any problems with the schedule, and this time, editing wasn't going to take too much effort either. At the very least, I just wanted to bring out Yukari's great features in this film. But this is less Yukari's issue, and more a problem with my own directing skills. Sorry, Yukari, about the scene just now. The heroine sees the guy that she likes at school, and without thinking, she smiles.
Smiles. Right.
Would that be too difficult?
No, I'll try it.
Alright, well then, let's try that scene again.
What a coincidence. Oh, but we're at school, so I guess it's not that much of a coincidence. No, but I just thought that if I waited here, then maybe you might come here too.
The lines were awkward, and she wasn't smiling, but for some reason, my hands didn't stop the footage, and I continued rolling.
I'm happy to see you here, but if possible, I wish that I could see you outside of school too. Would that be okay?
Through the camera lens, I could feel her acting, but wait, is this really acting? My mind was racing with these thoughts as I continued rolling the camera. Great job. Here's a drink.
Thank you. I was so nervous.
Well, that was some really great acting, and it even made my heart beat faster.
Really? Well, in that case, I'm glad.
All of the filming went smoothly after that, and it was finally the day of the school culture festival. Before we showed the film, there was a greeting from the cast, but...
My name is Yukari Seki. I'm a junior in class 3. Before I greet you all, I would like to express my gratitude for someone.
What? She was just supposed to give a brief greeting, and that's all she needed to do.
The only reason I'm standing here today is all thanks to Ryosuke Shibata. I have terrible communication skills, and I was always in class all by myself. But then, he was kind enough to talk to me. From there, he was always really thoughtful of me, and this time he invited me to be the main character in this film. I really am grateful. Thank you, Ryosuke.
Oh, well... After that, the film screening was a huge hit. And that had nothing to do with my camera work or the editing. It was her transparent acting and the slight smiles that she would show. It was all secret praise towards her. And I was happy with that. The crew can't be in the spotlight more than the actors. And if everybody could see what a great person she was, then that would be enough. After the culture festival was over, Yukari became popular in an instant. It wasn't like anybody disliked her from the beginning, and because she started to become more positive about interacting with others, she finally had a place in the class. I was happy about that, but at the same time, a little bit sad about it, and I stopped going over to talk to her. But then one day, after school...
Oh, Ryosuke!
Yukari? What's the matter?
I wanted to walk home with you.
Well then, I guess we can walk home together. Interesting. I didn't know that the shop closed.
Yeah, nowadays I guess more people watch things online than going to the rental shops.
I see. That's disappointing.
Yeah, especially because the store manager and all of the staff were really great people.
That makes me sad too.
I know the truth. You also could have watched all those movies online, but you were going out of your way to come to the shop, weren't you?
What?
Sorry, that was maybe just my imagination. Maybe that was the case. Forget what I just said. It was nothing.
So, what are you going to do about your job now, Yukari?
I was thinking about a cafe, but I haven't decided yet.
I see.
No, this isn't really what I wanted to talk about today.
What?
Do you remember what I said to you before we started filming for the school film festival?
Oh, yeah. That you said there was a condition.
Yeah, about that. There's a favor that I want to ask you, Ryosuke.
Sure. If there's anything I can do, I'll try.
Well then, I'm going to say it. Will you please make me your girlfriend?
What?
I like you, Ryosuke. The whole time that we were filming, I was actually talking to you. And I'm really serious that I want to go out with you, Ryosuke.
Are you sure that you're okay with me?
Yeah.
I'm just a nerd that loves movies and have bad communication skills, and I can't read the room, and I only talk about myself in movies, though.
Yeah, and that's the Ryosuke that I fell in love with.
You really are strange, Yukari.
You are the last person I want to hear that from.
And so, just like that, we became a couple. In the beginning, I didn't have any ulterior motives whatsoever, but I realized that we became friends, and then lovers. I guess this is what they mean when they say real life is better than the movies. For the record, as for what happened to us after that...
You are so in love today again, aren't you? Shibata, you better not make Yukari cry.
I know that.
Well then, everyone, see you tomorrow.
Sheesh! Why do they have to come over and threaten me like that?
It's not that bad, is it? Nobody is saying anything mean either.
That's true, but also, aren't you embarrassed by that nickname, Yukari?
Nope, I don't mind. I think it's cute, and I like it. Hey, can I come to your house again today, Ryosuke?
My dad actually comes home today, so
Well then, I guess I need to meet him.
And, well, every day feels like the happy ending of a movie. Pardon me if you'd like. Would you like to go out drinking?
Is this your first time hitting on a woman?
Yes.
Sure, let's go together.
I succeeded in hitting on a woman in a stroke of beginner's luck, but...
Yesterday was a really wonderful night, wasn't it?
What?
Well then, let's begin the interview.
The next day, the woman in charge of interviewing me for my next job was the woman that I hit on last night? Is this fate, or is it...
Hey Toru, long time no see.
Oh, Miss Yamaguchi. Thank you so much for going out of your way. My name is Toru Komatsu. I'm a 22-year-old senior in college. I was having a hard time finding a job for next year, and so far, I haven't gotten any offers. That's why I reached out to Miss Yamaguchi, who was the senior of my after-school club before, but...
I see. I can understand why you would panic without any offers at this point.
Yes, tomorrow's my interview for my dream job, and so, I want to ask you for advice.
How did you pass the interview for Haha Nebo Cosmetics, which is such a top-class company?
Miss Yamaguchi went on to explain everything really properly to me, but the deciding factor was...
And finally, I guess I hit on people.
Huh? Hit on?
It's always been a strategy from the old days to get better at sales pitches. You know, talking to people that you don't know and not being thrown off by a cold response. Sales and hitting on someone have a lot in common.
I see.
And plus, it's also a good way to work on how you can get the other person interested in you.
I'm just going to put this out there, though. All you have to do is stand there, and anybody would be interested in you?
You think so? Thanks.
I wonder how many men this person has hit on until now. However, there was some logic to what she was saying. Miss Yamaguchi was working at a major cosmetics company in their sales department, and despite being a new employee, her sales record was already second in the company. She was somebody that already produced results in a sales position, which is what I wanted to do. Thank you very much, Miss Yamaguchi. I'm gonna do my best to hit on someone.
Yeah, wait, is that the right goal?
And so, I took a step out into the town at night in order to hit on some girls, but Excuse me, can you please help me?
Do you need some money? Wait a minute. Please, let me take out my coin purse.
No, I'm hitting on you. As you can see, nobody was getting on board. Not only that, but they would all shower me with dirty words and run away. I felt like I was going to crumble many times, but I continued on from woman to woman. And then, when I got to the 14th person, finally... Excuse me, if you'd like, would you like to go out for a drink?
Me? But I'm an old lady. Are you sure it's okay?
Old lady? No way! You're the most beautiful out of all the women I've seen until now.
That's nice to hear. But you may have been overdoing it. You should keep the flattery a little bit more mild.
Is that so? But that's really how I felt.
Are you the type that doesn't know how to lie?
Yes, I get that a lot.
Wait a minute. Is this your first time hitting on someone?
Yes.
Are you still in college?
Yes, I am, but... Wait a minute. Before I knew it, she's become the conductor.
Sure, let's go together.
What? Are you sure it's okay?
Yeah, I don't know, but you seem interesting, and I'm curious.
Yes. Thank you very much.
What's the matter? Do you not know how to drink much?
No, it's just that it's my first time coming to a fancy place like this, and I'm nervous.
You should let go of some of that stress. This is a place where you can just drink and have fun.
It was actually less about the place and more that Miss Eriko was so beautiful that I was nervous. I never could have imagined that my beginner's luck would land on a beautiful woman like this. About an hour after we started drinking together.
So how many girls have you dated until now?
About that, actually, nobody yet.
And yet you are hitting on a woman. That's quite a big step, isn't it?
Yes. Actually, there was a reason for that. I talked to her about how I wanted a job at sales, and that I had an interview for my dream job tomorrow.
I see. So it's not like you were actually after me.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I like you.
What? What do you mean you like me?
After talking to you, I can see that you're an honest person, Toru.
I see. Although there are times that it doesn't work in my favor.
The righteous are fools. Is that the fault of the honest people?
I don't know. But I do think the person to fool people are wrong.
Exactly. That's why I like you, Toru.
When Miss Eriko smiled, she was really beautiful, and I'd completely fallen for her. She was a mature adult, an older, beautiful woman that I couldn't find any faults on. She did say that she's currently looking for a boyfriend, so,
Well then, thank you for today.
Miss Eriko?
What's the matter?
I'm going to do my best in the interview tomorrow, and if I pass, when that happens...
When that happens, what?
Will you please go out with me? Officially?
What?
I swear, I'll become a man worthy of you, so please! In the beginning, I was only hitting on her for the sake of my interview, and since she knew that, I was sure that she was going to say no, but...
Really? You would do that for me?
Yes, I promise!
All right. Well then, if your interview goes well, then...
Thank you so much! And so, my relationship status was placed on hold, and we exchanged phone numbers and went home. That night, when I informed Miss Yamaguchi about what happened, she was shocked.
I didn't think that you would actually hit on somebody, and then even ask them out. But looks like it went well. Good luck on your interview tomorrow.
Yes, thank you so much. All right, I'm going to do my best at the interview tomorrow. The next day, I had arrived at Kanon Trading Company. In this hometown, it was one of the most famous trading companies. They were also known for being one of the hardest companies to get a job with, and that alone made my knees buckle. But it's going to be fine. I made that promise to Miss Eriko yesterday, so I need to be confident and sell myself. For the first round interview, it was one-on-one style, but I had more motivation than usual, and finally, my interview number was called, and... What?
Well then, we're going to begin the interview.
What? Wait, why is my interviewer Miss Eriko? I was so thrown off by the curveball that my mind went completely blank.
You know you don't need to be so nervous.
Yes, ma'am. Calm down. Deep breath. Even if this is Miss Eriko, who you hit on last night, I can't believe that I hit on my interviewer!
Well then, I already think I know what kind of person that you are. So I'm going to ask you some formal questions, okay?
What? Yes.
Well then, please tell me your motivations for working here.
And so, my interview began, and Miss Eriko seemed like she was trying to ease my nerves.
I see. I think I understand now. Well then, I'd like to ask you the final question.
Yes, ma'am.
It's an extremely important question, so please answer based on your intuition. If you were to get into a workplace relationship, would you keep it a secret?
What? Is that, sorry, but what kind of question is that?
I know that you are an honest and righteous person already, but on top of that, as someone who wants to work in sales, I'm asking you to better understand your personality.
I'm being tested right now, aren't I? Of course I wouldn't keep it a secret.
And why is that?
Because in your company's employee manual, it states, internal romantic relationships in the company are accepted. However, please maintain a respectful manner. And plus, even if the relationship were to become awkward, we're all adults here. And I don't think that it would affect my job.
I see, understand. Well then, I'd like to end this interview here.
Thank you very much. And so, I was able to stand my ground on my intentions until the very end. On my way home in the train, I remembered the final question of the interview. I bet the correct answer would have been to keep it a secret. For a workplace relationship to work, I knew in my mind that it would be important to maintain secrecy so that nobody else in the office would find out. Well, if I don't pass this interview, then I guess I can give up on a number of things. However, after that, I moved on to a second round interview, and then to the final interview. From the second round, Miss Eriko wasn't there, but I somehow made it to the final interview before I could wrap my head around it. And then I received a letter with an employment contract, and I felt like I needed to be pinched. After that, I graduated from college. I signed my contract to start in the sales department of Kanon Trading Company from that fall.
I've been waiting for you, Mr. Komatsu.
What? Wait a minute, Miss Eriko? I mean, Miss Ueda? Are you?
I am in charge of Sales Department Division 3. Eriko Ueda. Nice to meet you.
Yes. Not only wishing my interview, I didn't think that she was going to end up as my direct boss. And then, on the night of my first day of work, I was invited out to drinks with Miss Eriko. And then she revealed to me, from the moment she saw me in town hitting on women, she had already known who I was.
I'm sorry. That day, I had just seen a photo of your face on the entry sheet.
Miss Eriko, you're a bad person.
But you were being so serious, hitting on people. So I was wondering what kind of person you are.
So then, did you purposely try to get hit on?
That's right. You can learn a lot about a person by speaking to them, right? And then, I totally liked you, Toru. Oh, but that doesn't mean I showed you mercy in the interview. And I still judged you the same way I would with anyone else.
Really? Well then, the final question that you asked about a workplace relationship...
That's a question that we ask, because it says a lot about a person. 9 out of 10, they answer that they would keep it a secret.
Well then, that must be the right answer.
There is no right answer. As long as that person can explain themselves, then it's fine.
That's how it goes?
That's how it goes.
Well then, Miss Eriko, when you heard my answer, what did you think?
So now you're turning it on me? To be honest, I don't mind either way.
What do you mean by that?
Agreement and acceptance. As long as those two things are properly discussed, anybody that wouldn't do that and choose the rules on their own would definitely be out.
I see. Miss Eriko, as promised, I did pass the interview and enter the company.
You're talking about that promise, right? Of course, that is, if you're okay with me.
Well then, does that mean you'll really go out with me?
Yeah.
Yes! After that, Miss Eriko and I spoke about what to do next, and we decided to keep this relationship a secret for the time being. That's because right now, she was my direct manager, and I had just entered the company as a new hire. My priority was to learn my job first, and I also wanted to be able to hold my own, so that I could proudly say that I was Miss Eriko's boyfriend. And Miss Eriko said that that would be okay for now. And so, I started my job, and the first month flew by. There was a lot of company training, and I slowly began to learn the ropes of my job. Miss Eriko also taught me all kinds of skills and knowledge for the job, and I was able to produce results in my first sales pitch. A job that I wanted to do in the first place, and the presence of Miss Eriko was also very big to me.
Oh, Mr. Komatsu, do you want to go get lunch together?
There's a fancy cafe called Alice in front of the train station.
Oh, I'm sorry. I already have plans for lunch today.
Aww.
Aww.
Maybe on another occasion?
He's gone.
Plans, but with who?
Every now and then, I would be invited to lunch by some of the other female employees, but I always refused.
Toru, why don't you go to lunch sometime with some of your other employees?
What?
I heard the girls in the department complaining that every time they invite you, you reject them. Look at you, you're already so popular.
I didn't know that. But I have you, Miss Eriko, and I don't want to do anything that would raise any suspicions with you.
Oh, I may not seem like it, but I am a generous person, you know. I won't tie you down.
That is a scary smile. But I guess it is necessary to spend time with my colleagues.
That's right. It's important to be able to separate the two. Plus, at home, you're always extra nice to me. That's okay.
Hey, you can't talk about that right now.
Oh, all I said was that you gave me a nice massage, that's all.
For the record, I was basically half living at Miss Eriko's apartment already. Well, we are a man and a woman, so all kinds of things happen. All kinds of things. However, I couldn't exactly say that everything was smooth sailing, and one day, an incident occurred.
Oh my, this company.
What's the matter, Miss Ueda?
It's nothing, but...
It looks like something is bothering her. That night, after I finished working overtime, I was heading towards Miss Eriko's apartment when... There she is, Miss Eriko, and... Who's that? Eriko, you're single now, aren't you?
No, I have a proper boyfriend right now.
Whatever, then just break up with him and get back together with me.
No, I refuse! The guy that I'm dating now is a man 1,000,000 times better than you.
Whatever. Well, I'll be back.
Don't come back here ever again.
I could tell that it was a heated situation, but before I could run over there, the guy disappeared. Eriko? Who was that person?
Toru?
I hate to jump to conclusions, but... Ex-boyfriend?
Do you want to have a drink before we go home tonight?
And so, the two of us headed towards the nearby pub. And according to Miss Eriko, that was her ex-boyfriend. Originally, they started at the company together, and they got along well. But when Miss Eriko was promoted first, she said, the relationship suddenly changed.
He started saying things like women shouldn't be working and should be at home.
Wow, even in this day and age?
He must have really not liked that I was promoted before him. But I really like my current job and my company.
I can tell from watching you, you're always lively at work, and everybody on your team has a lot of trust in you.
Thank you. Why is he suddenly wanting to get back together? What does he want?
Maybe that's just how much she still likes you, Miss Eriko.
No, he's just the type of person that doesn't like it when he doesn't get his way. You know, one of our client companies. The one called Kanemaru.
Yeah, I know that one, but
He is actually the son of the CEO there. He was originally working at our company, but he quit when I got promoted and he transferred over there. On top of that, our next big client is that company, and he started saying that if I got back together with him, then he would quickly get the CEO's approval.
what does he think a company is? Does he think that it's his own personal toy to play with?
Well, he is going to be the CEO after his father eventually.
I don't hear any good rumors about him, though.
Well, regardless of the situation, he shouldn't be mixing personal and professional like that.
Is there anything that I can do?
I guess nothing right now. I'm sorry to make you worried, Toru.
You don't need to hold back. I'm your boyfriend. You can make me worry anytime.
Yeah, thanks.
After that, we began a business relationship with the company Kanemaru, but I could see that Miss Eriko was struggling. Of course, they also wanted our products, so we couldn't just deny the contract, but
I have to go on a business dinner with that ex-boyfriend and his colleagues soon.
will you be okay?
Yeah, I just don't want to go. So I have a favor to ask you.
Of course. If there's anything that I can do, tell me. And Eriko's request was that she wanted me to attend that business dinner. She said that she would be a lot more comfortable if I was nearby. Of course, I didn't think twice and said yes. However, on the day of the business dinner, after we all had a few drinks, the ex-boyfriend started to get very comfortable with Miss Eriko. You know, Eriko and me, we were gonna get married.
Hey,
Oh, come on, I'm just telling people, that's all.
that's not it. That's not true. We were never engaged.
I was planning on just holding it all in. But to be honest, I couldn't stand that ex-boyfriend's attitude. It wasn't just because this was toward Miss Eriko. Even if it wasn't Miss Eriko, I couldn't forgive that attitude no matter what. Excuse me?
Mr. Komatsu?
What do you want? Wait, aren't you a new kid? I believe the point of this dinner is to deepen the business relationship. Yeah, and under the circumstances, I don't believe that you're taking appropriate actions here. That's harassment. What the hell? Who do you think you are? Trying to lecture me when I'm older than you? Are you sure you're okay with that? Our contract with your company depends on me, you know. If you apologize now, then I can forgive that little attitude of yours. I refuse. And also, please, stop being so comfortable and getting so close to my girlfriend. Huh? Girlfriend? Wait a minute, are you? That's hilarious. Just because you're so unpopular with the guys, you laid hands on a new kid? Why are you dating such a useless guy? Just get back together with me. Aren't you so lucky? You can be the CEO's wife. I see. Now I understand. Miss Eriko, let's go.
What? But
Are you sure about that? If you leave now, I'm gonna scrap the contract with your company. Yes, that's fine. Well then. I took Miss Eriko by the hand, and we walked out of the restaurant.
what do I do about the contract with Kanemaru?
Don't worry about it. Actually, their business is doing pretty poorly.
How do you know about that?
I looked into it. Well, I actually heard a rumor from one of my seniors from my college club. And with what happened today, now I'm sure of it. That was because, for the first time in a while, I spoke to Miss Yamaguchi on the phone yesterday. She had a lot of connections and a really big network in all kinds of places. Just to try, I asked her about the company Kanemaru, and then...
Oh, that company? I heard things are pretty bad right now.
What do you mean by bad?
I heard that the son of the CEO is messing around a lot and that he's really no good, but that the CEO still wants to pass the company on to his son.
But what's so bad about that?
Starting with the vice president, all of the board of directors are against it. But even then, the CEO seems to believe that if his son gets married and he has a household, then he would calm down. So he decided to let his son take after the company under the condition that he gets married. They said that the company is on the verge of a coup d'etat at any minute.
So that ex-boyfriend, he's just trying to use Miss Eriko so that he can become the CEO? Hey, how trustworthy are those rumors?
There are rumors after all, but if you were able to see him, I think you'd be able to get the gist of it.
I had just joined the business meeting today after hearing those rumors, but I wasn't surprised. Just as Miss Yamaguchi had said, not even a week after Miss Eriko and I walked out of that dinner, there was a coup d'etat at the company Kanemaru. The CEO was fired, and apparently the vice president became CEO, which means that Miss Eriko's ex-boyfriend wouldn't be taking after the company. A few days later, the new CEO came to our company to greet us and apologize. Apparently, he heard about the ex-boyfriend's inappropriate actions towards Miss Eriko, so he came directly to her and promised that they would work extra hard with a new company structure, and the contract was re-signed. For the record, both the CEO and his son, the ex-boyfriend, were kicked out of the company. And so, we were able to regain our peace. And 1 year later, on Christmas Day...
I can't believe I'm going to be in my 30s next year. Time flies.
Were you about to say that you wanted to be married by 30?
Yeah, but I'm enjoying my life as it is today. So we don't need to talk about marriage or anything that heavy.
Well then, that's perfect. Eriko, let's get married.
What is this?
If you'd like, will you please marry me and be my wife? With tears in her eyes, Eriko didn't hesitate to say yes, and I vowed to protect this person and to make her happy for the rest of my life.
Yes! I'm so excited! My name is Yota Kinugasa. I left my quiet town 2 years ago and moved to the big city. I had enough of the countryside life and wanted to broaden my horizons a bit, so I packed my bags and moved far away. And now...
Everyone, thank you all for coming. Make sure you all dance and have fun today.
Woo! I became a total pop star groupie. Today, there was a huge festival, and my absolute favorite star, Ria Nanamori, had just taken the stage. She wasn't the most famous one there by a mile, but that only made me love her more. After all, she only had the prettiest smile and the most amazing voice and the best dance moves. I knew someday she'd make it to the top of the charts, and it was a shame that more people hadn't noticed her yet. But as I was getting lost in the snow... How dare she! The guy next to me suddenly rushed up onto the stage!
What's the matter with you?
You don't even remember me? I've done so much to support you. I bought all your merch.
You're that stalker. Why are you here?
I'm not a stalker. I only followed you because I was trying to protect you. And then you had the nerve to call the cops on me? I'll never forgive you! I don't know. You perfectly fit the bill of a stalker to me. Huh? Something didn't sit right with the murderous look in his eyes, so I followed him onto the stage. I should have known he'd be after Ria. It's a good thing he was so bad at stalking, or I might not have made it in time. What happened? Stay right there, okay? I won't hurt you as long as you don't move, but I can't be responsible if you thrash around in this position and break something. Maybe it was because he got caught in the act, but he backed off and stood down with his tail between his legs. I was able to hand him off easily to a security guard who ran over. They could take care of the rest from here.
Thank you so much for helping me.
No problem. It was really nothing at all. Oh my god, the real Ria Nanamori is talking to me! She's even cuter in person!
that was really impressive. Won't you tell me your name?
You saved our Rhea! That was so cool! You must have gone through some super secret government training program or something. I've never seen anything like it. Maybe I can sell this footage to a news station. Oh crap! Oh, I really don't need anything. I should probably go.
Huh? No, wait, at least tell me your name.
My name isn't important. I'm just a fan. Anyway, I gotta go!
Wait!
Phew. That was getting scary. There were so many people crowding around me. There's no way I could give out any information like that. If my dad found out that I was going around spending all my time chasing pop stars, he'd probably kill me. At the very least, he'd probably force me to move back with him and never let me move away again. At least I was able to get right next to Rhea. Although, maybe she was embarrassed seeing me dressed to the nines in her gear like this. But I finally got to see her live in concert. I wanted to show my appreciation somehow. And with that, my eventful weekend came to a close. Morning, everyone! Huh? What's everybody so excited about? Did we get a hot new transfer student or something? What are you talking about? Don't play dumb. This is you, right? Why didn't you ever say you could do something like this? Huh? This was my best friend, Hiroki. He was handsome, but even his usual carefree demeanor seemed a bit shaken today. And when he showed me his phone, I saw a video of me saving Rhea. Somehow, it had gone viral on social media and was racking up thousands of views. Crap. You gotta be kidding me! So it was you. My life is over. Everyone knows I'm a pop star groupie now. That's what you care about? You're a social media star now, you know? I guess with so many people watching, someone was bound to be recording. But I didn't give permission to show my face. Don't I have a right to my privacy? If my dad beats me to a pulp, I'm gonna find the person who uploaded that video and kill them! Would he really do something like that? Oh my god, what if he drops me down a waterfall? Or this time he'll probably feed me to a bear for sure! What has this guy done to ya?
Yota Kinugasa in Class 2C. I repeat, Yota Kinugasa in Class 2C. Please come to the principal's office immediately.
Oh god, he found out already? And he's gonna make me come home? Dude, just how scary is your dad? You called for me? I knew that running away would only delay the inevitable, so I made my way over to the principal's office. It seemed quiet enough. Maybe my dad wasn't there after all. But when I went inside,
Oh, Yota!
I was greeted with the sight of none other than my favorite pop star, Rhea Nanamori. She was standing next to what must have been her manager and the principal. Rhea, why are you here?
Are you aware that a video of what happened yesterday went viral on social media?
Oh, right. My friend was just telling me about that.
Really? Well, someone else commented on the video saying that they recognized you from their school. I messaged them asking for more details, and that's how I was able to track you down.
You really didn't have to come all the way out here for me.
Of course I did. You literally saved my life, you know? I know this isn't nearly enough to repay you, but I hope you like it.
I guess she came to thank me. Of course, I knew that Rhea was perfect in every way, right down to her impeccable manners. But I never expected her to go to this much trouble for a nobody like me. Not that I was complaining, though. Do you think I could get your autograph?
Oh, no problem. Can I have a pen, please? Sure. Where do you want her to sign?
Right here! On my uniform!
I can't do that.
I thought she'd say yes if I was passionate enough, but I guess that makes sense. But I don't have anything else on me.
Then how about you provide us your address and we'll send you an autograph letter? Oh, great idea. You're okay with that, right, Yoda?
Is that really okay with you? I don't want to give you more work.
It's no problem at all.
Sounds like a plan. As soon as Ria provides me the autograph, I'll send it right over. No, I want to send it myself. Do you even have time to do that? I'll make time. I really can't thank Yoda enough for saving me. Oh, well, once you get an idea, you never give up. I guess I can't argue with you. Yes! All right then, Yoda, what's your address?
Right!
Hey, don't just go shaking people's hands out in the open. Owie! Save that for the handshake events. Why do you always have to be so strict about everything? Put yourself in his shoes. He gets to have physical contact with you, and he's a big enough fan of yours to come to your events, right? You don't want him to wallow in the pitiful delusions of an impossible romance, do you?
Impossible romance?
Oh, don't listen to her. She used to like someone once, but when she became a pop star herself, she couldn't make things work with her crush, and she still harbors a grudge about it. Believe me, she never shuts up. Ria, I can hear everything you're saying, you know. Eep! Anyway, Yota?
Yes?
Thank you from the bottom of my heart for saving my wonderful little Ria here. I'd also like to express my gratitude on behalf of our entire agency.
It really was nothing. She calls her wonderful little Ria, but she's in the middle of hurting her as we speak.
Yoda?
Yeah? What is it?
I'll never forget everything you did for me. I promise I'll come back to thank you again.
I keep telling you, it's okay. It really was no big deal. Of course, the truth is that I really do want to see her again.
We have a lot more work to do, so if you'll excuse us, we'll be off. See you around, Yoda. Sorry for taking up you and your school's time.
Bye! I wish I could talk to her longer.
What about my signature?
I guess the principal was a fan too. Even as I was reeling from the shock of what just happened, I was immediately surrounded by a barrage of curious classmates. Not only that, some sports teams apparently got the idea that I was coordinated enough to join any of them, and they wouldn't stop bugging me about it. The only reason I could do what I did was because I took martial arts classes as a kid. That night,
Howdy, neighbor.
my favorite pop star somehow ended up at my doorstep. But why? Ria, what are you doing here?
I actually live pretty close by, so I decided to swing around.
You can't just go to a guy's apartment. I live alone, you know?
I know that. Your principal told me.
But you know how big a fan of yours I am, right?
Of course I do.
So if she knows all that, why the heck would she be here? Isn't she worried that I'd do something to her if the two of us ended up alone?
Have you eaten already?
Not yet.
Great, then let me make you something.
Are you still trying to thank me for what I did the other day? Don't you realize what you're doing? This is going a bit too far, wouldn't you say? You don't want to give me the wrong idea, right?
You still think that?
Huh?
You really believe I would go this far just to thank you?
What else would it be?
I wouldn't go to the house of just anyone, even if they rescued me. I couldn't. If I'm doing this, it means I have my own reasons.
No way. I've never seen her blush so much.
And when you saved me back there, honestly, I thought it was pretty hot. Even the security people couldn't move to act as fast as you did. And you rushed head first to save me without even sparing a thought for how much danger it was. So it's only natural that I'd fall for you, right?
Wait, but... Oh my god, she's so close!
I want to do whatever I can to repay you.
Ria, this is nothing like how you act in public.
Of course not. Why would I show this side of myself to anyone other than the person I love?
Love? This is a dream, right? It has to be! There's no way the Ria Nanamori would ever say she liked me!
And to be honest, since yesterday, my agency's been getting flooded with requests to book me, thanks to that viral video. I guess even more people started noticing me. There were so many comments like, "Who's that hot girl?" and "That pop star is so cute." That's just one more thing I owe to you.
But if you go ahead and become big, won't that overshadow everything?
If that happens, then that's great, but this is all your fault, so you need to do what you can to help me out too.
Me? What can I do?
I mean, you like me too, right?
Of course I do.
So it's decided then.
I'm a fan, right? I never said that!
But you will.
Dad? Why are you here?
You didn't notice me? I've been here the whole time.
Oh, yeah, I actually met him outside before I came in, but he told me to go on ahead.
No way! How long were you two out there? Wait, did you two know each other beforehand or something?
No, we just both happened to come by at the same time, and he asked me who I was. I told him I was your future wife.
Huh? What kind of introduction is that?
Ahem. The reason I came all the way out to the big city in the first place was to find out what exactly my boy was up to. When one of my pupils first told me about that video, I assumed you were just chasing after pop stars like a weak little nerd.
Oh crap! I almost forgot about that. He's gonna kick me to the curb.
But now I understand that you were only showing your support out of love for your girlfriend. That's my boy.
What?
And not only that, you risk life and limb to save her. Now that's a real Kinugasa.
Sorry, he seemed a bit on edge, so I may have misled him a little bit.
I get it now. Rhea anticipated my dad getting angry, so she did what she could to save me. If she hadn't brought up marriage stuff, I'd probably already be toast. But just knowing that my favorite pop star would go so far for me makes me too happy for words.
Rhea told me the basics in advance, but I guess her agency doesn't allow their pop stars to engage in any kind of relationship. Honestly, I had half a mind to tear up her contract right then and there. But have faith in me, kid. Your dad's gonna talk to them and see if there's anything he can do to change their minds. I have some friends in the biz, you know? If Rhea's agency tries to make a big fuss about it, I'm sure those friends of mine would be happy to take someone so popular under their wing.
Now that he mentions it, I do remember seeing some really fancy cars pull up to the house over the years. They always had some kind of business with my dad or my grandpa. I didn't know any of them were celebrities, though.
So, would it be too bold of me to ask to meet some of these people?
Of course. Don't you worry your pretty little head about a thing. If I have anything to say about this, you won't be going hungry for even a day. Heck, you might even be able to get an even more cushy contract for yourself.
Dad, you're being awfully nice with Rhea. Could you maybe cool it a bit?
Huh? You say something, kid?
No, nothing.
But I'm sure people might talk about how you're dating a fan, right?
Oh, yeah, I guess you're right.
Don't worry. I'll make sure to keep this all between us. My lips are sealed. But if anything does happen, I'll do whatever I can to vouch for you.
Wow, thanks, Dad, you're the best!
He looks happy she called him that.
Well, now that that's all settled, I should be heading back. Next time you come home, we'll have some extra special father-son bonding time.
Ow! My dad squeezed my shoulder with a force no human should possess. When I instinctively turned to face him, that's when I noticed. My dad hates anything he deems unfair. He was willing to overlook me dating a super cute pop star just this once because she was there with me. But next time I came home, he'd make me understand just how lucky I was. Crap. I knew things were going too well here. If anything did happen, I knew my dad would always have my back. But in return, I had a feeling that the next time I came home, I wouldn't be able to walk straight for days.
Your dad seems like a really nice guy. I feel so lucky.
As soon as my dad left, Rhea said that with the biggest smile on her face. Yeah, he certainly is reliable.
And he gave us his blessing too, right? I can't wait to spend the rest of my life together with you. I'll come here as much as I can to make dinner for you from now on. How does that sound?
Huh? Wait, you don't have to go that far for me.
But I want to. Besides, that means I can spend even more time together with you. But if you don't want me to, I guess that's fine.
Of course I'm okay with it. I just think we need to be careful that nobody finds out we're dating. The girl I love was doing whatever she could to spend more time with me. I wasn't about to deny her that.
I will. I can't wait, Yoda.
Yeah, I'm excited to be with you more too, Rhea. And that's how the two of us started dating, with marriage a very real possibility in the future. As Rhea said, she started to get more work offers, and she only continued to skyrocket in popularity. Somehow, she managed to only take the gigs that she got after the video started trending, and the ones she would have gotten anyway. As for what my dad talked about, Rhea apparently called him herself to refuse his offer and rely on her own skill. Even still, as the number of days I was able to watch Rhea's performances on TV increased, it was clear she had the makings to reach the top of the charts like I always knew she could. But no matter how thin she spread herself, she always knew that I'd be waiting for her with a smile to spoil her silly whenever she came over. My dad won't stop calling me, asking me about the next time I'm gonna come home and visit him. Every time, I come up with some excuse or another to stay away. And can you blame me? I'm afraid of what's gonna happen when I finally do go back. Right now, I'm happy to keep lavishing in the amazing life I get to share together with Rhea.
A woman who forced her husband into marriage. That's what they call a woman who normally lives separately, but comes to the husband's house only for necessary occasions. She's here. I'm Masato Kazama, corporate slave, and the person coming here is my beautiful wife, my cute girlfriend. Nope, not that.
Hello! I'm the forceful new grad.
What are you, a comedian? Even though it's the weekend, she's full of energy. Her name? Nagisa Inami. She's my junior colleague at work, and her other name is the needy new hire. Just as you can see, her looks and her work ethic are good, and she's a high-spec girl. She's actually here.
Of course I would be. I'm the type to actually do what I say I will. And I would be grateful if you can use me as your housemaid today.
Housemaid, huh? Of course, it's a very grateful situation. But she's still my junior colleague at work.
If you're not into the maid outfit, then we should change it into a newlywed setting or girlfriend setting.
Don't say that like you're asking me if I want dinner or a bath first.
Or Nagisa.
You're embarrassing, so hurry up and get in!
Aw, don't be so forceful.
Maybe I should have just let her walk in herself. In order to explain the reason why Nagisa was at my house, I'd have to go back in time.
I must give back to you.
Huh? This was during a break time at the office. I was having lunch with Nagisa, and then she started saying some nonsense. What do you mean, give back to me? And also, it's not a life or death thing either. What are you giving back to me for anyway?
Last week, when I had to stay home from work, you did my work for me.
Oh, when you were sick with a cold.
That's right, that's right.
That's true. In place of Nagisa, who was out sick, I remember taking over her requests from her clients. And towards the end of it, I also remember being irritated by a crazy request over the phone.
Mr. Masato, please feed me the pudding.
Of course, I wasn't irritated towards Nagisa. Don't worry about it.
Mr. Masato?
Before you took over, I was the person in charge for that client anyway. Plus, it was just a cold. There was nothing you could do. I was her senior colleague, and I was in charge of training her. So I knew how hard she was working every single day to get her job done. I wasn't looking for anything in return. Actually, just working together with her, I was getting more than enough. So really, don't say something so cheesy like giving back to me. I'm sure Nagisa understood how I felt.
But
What?
I want to give back to you. And I want to go to your house, Mr. Masato.
No. She didn't understand. So you just want to hang out?
Because without an excuse, I can't be with you on my days off either.
Have you ever heard the saying, repaying a favor with a bruise?
Please allow me to serve you. Cooking and cleaning. I'm going to do all of the chores perfectly and show you. I'm going to wear my own clothes and an apron. I'm going to make your heart skip a beat at me and in my personal life.
Stop raising the bar by yourself!
And I'm going to also wear my best underwear and...
Stop it! Not in front of everybody! Well, that was a conversation. And that brings us to today.
I see. So this is your apartment, Mr. Masato?
I'm sure there's nothing interesting about a single salaryman's apartment.
Not at all. This is a treasure box of interesting to me.
Ugh. Stop making fun of somebody's home! I guess she really does do as she says. It seems she really wasn't here just to have fun or mess around.
Ta-da! Chorus mode!
You're serious?
I'm going to be doing all of the cleaning down to the last corner. Now that I'm here, you can relax. I'm not going to leave one speck of dust in your apartment, Mr. Masato.
Are you trying to demolish my room? Because that's exactly what a demolition contractor would say. Even though I was treating her like a demolition contractor. It was a new look to see Inami out of a suit. She wasn't just in casual clothes, she was also wearing an apron. Especially because she was a new college grad. It felt more like a girlfriend than a wife. I completely fell prey to Inami's plan, and I felt pathetic for actually feeling my heart skip a beat. I really am a simple guy.
How was it? Is your heart beating faster and faster at the newlywed wife pouring out of me?
What?
If you let me become your wife, every day will be full of fast heartbeats and lots of flirting. From this thing to that thing. Anything you want to do is welcome.
The impact of those words is high.
Well then, Mr. Masato, go ahead and propose. Let's vow our eternal love to each other now.
Obviously, there's no way I would do that so easily.
I guess you weren't excited enough.
I definitely can't say that my heart was about to explode and turn to dust. The self-proclaimed wife was amazing. Inami, in her chores mode, had transformed into a cleaning monster. In the living room,
After I vacuum, I'm going to make sure that I use a towel to wipe the floors down with water and then dry it. And for the fabrics, I'm going to spray an instant mixture of fabric softener diluted by water. It could keep static from foaming. And it also makes dust stick less easily.
in the kitchen,
For the slimy sink, we're going to put in vinegar with baking soda. And then, how strange. All of the grime that's been piling up for years disappears with the bubbles. If you leave it for about 30 minutes and rinse it with hot water, then sayonara. Anytime they come back, say farewell again.
in the front door,
Every now and then, you should air out some of your shoes so that they don't get moldy, and care for the shoes that are working so hard every day. The front door is an important place to give goodbye kisses and welcome home kisses. We need to make sure that it's clean for that.
Before I knew it, every single corner and every single thing in every room was sparkling clean. Wow, there should really be one Inami per family.
Those words, may I accept them as your proposal?
Obviously not!
Damn!
Judging by the huge smile on her face, It seems that Inami was in fact a girl who loves to clean. She did so much cleaning for me. I tried to suggest going to a barbecue restaurant that wasn't a chain, or a sushi restaurant that didn't come on the belt, but
I'm only just about to begin giving back to you.
she spoke that line like it was from a battle manga, and in the end, I lost, and we ended up eating dinner at my house. And then it was just as she said. On the dining table in my apartment, there's a lineup of multiple dishes that would invite any appetite.
Mr. Masato, how does it taste?
Yeah, I could eat this forever. It's super delicious.
I'm going to keep making more so you can keep eating more. Anything for Mr. Masato? La la la, la la la, that's right, la la la.
Watching her in the kitchen, I thought, I wonder if this is what it's like to have a wife. Or maybe not a wife, but more a girlfriend. Especially since the kitchen in my apartment was small. It didn't feel much like a home for the married couple. I feel bad. I'm the only one eating ahead.
Not at all. I was the one that told you to eat before it gets cold. Even though I like eating together, like we do at the office at lunch. But I'm also really happy to cook while you say that my food is delicious and in heaven right now. And just so you know, I'm not the kind of cheap girl to do this for just anybody or any guy, you know.
Can you please spare me from words that make it hard for me to respond?
I guess it really depends on my relationship with the person.
Relationship with a person?
I only get feelings of wanting to do something for special people.
In the way that Inami's doing all of the chores for me, and the same way that I teach Inami how to do her job?
If it was somebody that I didn't like, then I would think, why would I have to do this for you?
It was exactly as she said. Because we have a good relationship, it was easy to give and take. And because she was a special person, it makes me want to reach out my hand without asking for anything in return.
And that's why I'm saying that I'm really happy right now. I can take care of you, Mr. Masato.
Sure. I knew that she meant it, because I didn't see a shadow of a lie or flattery in the face that she made to me. Inami finally let loose and switched over from cooking time to eating time.
I'm hungry. Tastes so much better when it's hot. How is it that mushroom tempura could be this delicious?
Here, I also have a bottle of the sake that you like.
Yay! Well then, why don't we have a toast? Cheers!
They often say, it's not what you eat, but who you eat with. However, when there's delicious food and somebody you like, and this amazing setup in line, there isn't a more luxurious meal than this.
Wow, it's so nice!
Isn't it? This bottle is the reason why I started to like Japanese sake.
When you put it in your mouth, it spreads really softly, and after you swallow it, it just quietly disappears down my throat.
Yeah.
I don't want to make too much of a claim, but it's almost like me, always walking one step behind you, Mr. Masato.
Yeah, I get that. Wait, what are you saying?
You heard me.
Whoa! Don't get so close to me!
It's starting to get a little chilly outside, and it makes me want to be spoiled.
I feel like you're the type that wants to be spoiled regardless of the seasons.
Oh no, you should see me in the winter.
So she wants to be more spoiled than this?
Mr. Masato,
You can eat it yourself!
are you sure? Because next time, I'm going to ask you to feed me. Not with the chopsticks, but with your mouth.
What kind of threat is that? Okay, fine. Here.
Yay! It's even more delicious. They say that an empty stomach is the best spice, but I think being spoiled is a good competition for that. Don't you agree?
That's hard to answer, so no comment. It was right when she was asking to be spoiled.
What will I be doing 10 years from now?
I glanced over at the commercial on television, and I subconsciously reacted. To put it well, I was obsessed with my work. To put it sadly, I was jealous. I was working at an advertising agency, but anytime that I see a new commercial, it makes me want to check it out. That's super fancy. They're using 3 of the most popular actresses right now. The 3 beautiful sisters played by those actresses were talking happily about their future. Those 3 were all playing lead roles in the movies they were in, so it had a lot of impact. Must be nice. I wish we could make big ads like this too.
All of us at Inami Trading Company are rooting for everybody's future.
For ads for these huge companies, I wonder how much they're spending on the production cost. What just happened? I turned to Inami, and her expression had completely changed. Even though she was just laughing and smiling so much, the difference was obvious. It was after she heard the word Inami Trading Company. Wait a minute. Is Inami Trading Company the company that your relatives own? I must have hit the nail on the head, because she looked like she gave in.
I guess so. It's my father's company.
No way! I was the one that asked her, but still, I was shocked. That's how overwhelming it was, the scale of Inami Trading Company. That's one of the most major of the major companies. Every year, it's a company that makes it into the top ratings of companies to join, companies with high salaries, companies with good work culture.
You seem to know a lot.
It's not that I know a lot. If you go on the internet, it's news that you'll see whether you like it or not. I couldn't say it. That when I was on the train after working long overtime, I often checked the rankings on my phone for companies like that. I knew that you were a high-spec girl, but I didn't expect that you were the daughter of a CEO. Wait a minute. Do you have a pool in your backyard, or do you have a housemaid at home?
Even if I had a pool, I never use it.
Huh? So that means that your house actually has a pool? Jealous doesn't even begin to cover it!
Not at all. All it does is cost maintenance fees, and it's definitely way more fun to go to the public pool. It's only in the way.
And by the way, do you have a housemaid?
Well, that's... yes.
Oh, this definitely isn't just a housemaid. It's definitely a living permanent helper. What is it? This sudden feeling of helplessness. Knowing that she grew up in a very abnormal household, I could see the embarrassment and awkwardness all over her face. But at the same time, she was using a spray made of fabric softener diluted with water and eating a packet of mushrooms that cost 98 cents a pack deliciously. You really are a well-made junior colleague, damn it!
It's really not as great as it seems.
What?
It is true that we may be wealthier than the average, but my father was never the type to do anything for his family, so...
It didn't look like she was trying to be modest. I could see the faintest smile on her face, and I could feel that she had given up.
He never once played with me growing up, nor did he ever participate in any school activities. It wasn't just that. All he would say was, "You don't have time to play. This is the time for you to work hard and struggle." And my entire week, every single day, was filled with lessons.
That's amazing. So you were living a packed life like this your whole life.
Yeah. When I was a student, I wish I could have played with my friends more. And what I can't stand more than anything is...
Oh!
They've been telling me for years to have an arranged marriage with someone from Inami Trading Company. But there's no way I want to have an arranged marriage. Ugh. What do they think of their daughter's life?
So I guess when you come from a good family, those are the problems you have. Huh? What's wrong?
Just so you know, it's not like I'm here at your place trying to win you over, Mr. Masato, simply because I don't want to get married.
Like I said before, I don't know how to respond to that.
Anyway, compared to the household that actually feels like home, my family has nothing to be jealous of.
I guess you had your struggles growing up too.
Mr. Masato, another glass.
Yeah. They say that sake seeps well into an empty stomach, but I guess sake seeps well into an angry stomach. Before I knew it, it was nighttime, and I was walking Inami to the train station. Thank you, really, for today. I had a great day thanks to you.
I'm glad I could be of use. But also, I'm sorry. I was here to give back to you. But in the end, I was blabbing and you were listening to my complaints.
Don't worry about it. But also, if we're talking about the main reason, It's because I reacted to the commercial.
That was nice of you to say.
Inami was smiling, but anybody could tell that it was forced. Even though she's normally the type to come on strong, sometimes she holds back in the weirdest times. She was a strange one. Plus, it's not like it was a boring conversation either.
What?
Reminiscing about her past, she had frustrated expressions, sometimes angry. Maybe she wasn't able to have a warm family environment before. And maybe she was in a fight with her father. But even then, you know, for me, I was glad that I was able to get to know more about you. Without having struggled in the past, you wouldn't be able to have such an up and down in feelings. It may not be complete, but I'm sure she was able to feel a little bit better about it. When I see how endlessly positive you are, I can also tell that you're making it work somehow on your own.
Mr. Masato, what do we do? I would really like to kiss you right now.
Huh? We're in the middle of the crossroad. What on earth are you saying?
Because you're saying things that make my heart sing. But I need to do this first, don't I?
Inami pulled out her cell phone from her pocket, and then, after taking 2 deep breaths.
Hello? Dad, may I have a minute right now? I am not going to accept the arranged marriage.
She had her head up in a dignified posture, and more than anything, the determination searing in her eyes.
Today, I finally felt it. That I want to be with the person that I love forever. And that person is always going to be by my side. Not only in the good times, but no matter how hard things get. And I love him as a man and as a partner.
Is she saying this to her father? Or is she saying it to me?
That was all I wanted to say to you. If you'll excuse me.
Inami looked like she had said everything she needed to say, and then she returned her cell phone to her pocket. And then, as though she lost all power, she fell into me.
My voice may have been shaking. That was the most nervous I've been in my life.
I see. You did it though. Hey, Inami,
Yes?
you and me, why don't we date?
What?
Your reaction is exactly as I imagined, and I'm embarrassed.
Oh, really? Is that real? If this is a prank, then I'm going to cry.
Relax. It's how I really feel.
That phone call was just to express my decision. And it's not like I was trying to pressure you.
How many times are you going to ask me? Do you hate me?
Obviously, I love you. Because, you know, until this very moment, no matter how much I pushed or pulled, you didn't even budge at all.
Listen,
Yes.
there's no way I hadn't budged at all.
What does that mean?
As a man, as a partner, I'm saying that I love you too, okay? Not only in the fun times, but also in the hard times. Inami said that she would be by my side no matter what. And I also felt the same way. Going around to sales meetings together, or going out to drink together every day, because Inami was by my side, that's why my life was fulfilling.
I love you too.
Inami. My face was a little bit pink from the alcohol, but in an instant, it was bright red. But of course it was, because I was kissed by the girl that I love, in a place like this.
I was finally able to get an answer. And more than anything, I just couldn't wait anymore. If anything, I want you to compliment me for holding back and stopping at the cheek.
As usual, you want to be spoiled.
Well then, shall we go back home now?
My junior colleague, and now my girlfriend, Inami, grabbed my arm and leaned onto me. Our destination was no longer the train station, but tracing our steps back down the same street.
Hey, Masato.
Hmm?
I'm not going to hold back at home, you know.
What?
Masato, I love you.